my version of a Fulloch Fia. It's very, very rudimentary, but it has to be, because we're dealing with the Bronze Age. The conventional explanation for Fulloch Fias is that they were used for cooking sites. You fill the trough with water, heat your stones in a fire, deposit the stones into the water, add some meat, and over a period the meat is brought to the boil. We're turning that notion on its head and just reinterpreting the function of the monument. We believe that boiled meat is horrible. Roasting is essentially much quicker, less labour intensive, and 9 out of 10 people would agree that it tastes nicer.
Oh, that is lovely. It's really nice. Gets you at the back. Jesus, I'm flushing already after a couple of glasses. Oh, of course, it's 11 o'clock in the morning, so that might be.
This is a replica trough. I'm an archaeologist. I've excavated a number of examples. Maybe 5 or 6 Fulloch Fias in the last 10 years.
This comes directly from our pit in the ground, from our Fulloch. This is a 4-day-old brew. We've got approximately 110 litres of this, out of 300 litres of water. We could have made 300 litres of this beer. We only made 110.
There's about 4,500 recorded examples around the country. The majority of them are found in Cork, and I figure it's because North Cork is very, very good arable land. They've been able to raise a lot of good crops there, and also the stone's important. So we're trying to be as elemental in our approach as possible, and we're trying to use the equipment that would be available to Bronze Age men, minus buckets, Milton and scrubbing brushes.
I've invited loads of people over to have a taste of our Bronze Age beer, to see the whole process. So we're going to demonstrate the whole process to them and make another beer, and of course it's going to be different in taste to this one. Each brew tastes completely different. The first brew we used elderflower, but last week the elderflower all ran out. Elderflower season is over, so bog myrtle and meadowsweet, that's what we're using this time. So whatever you got to flavour it, you use to flavour your new beer. So each beer every month is going to be a different beer. So wow, it's like it's a real grainy taste, real malty taste to it, but a real deep flavoursome taste as well.
It's actually a very straightforward process.
The barley, it's malted barley, and so what's happening now is, with putting more heat into it and putting the heated water onto it, the enzymes in it, they're breaking the starches down into sugars. So the water is turning into sort of a sweet barley water. We're going to add about 50 kilograms of malt barley to it, and the general rule is about 5 times to 1. So 50 kilograms of barley, 300 kilograms or 300 litres of water. So we have about 300 litres of water in there at 65, well, it's probably around 60 degrees. That's all going to turn into a sweet, what they call a wort, which is your basis for a beer. And we're going to draw the water off and then bale it into fermenting containers, and then leave it ferment for 3 days. We're just adding brewer's yeast. We're not relying on wild yeast at the minute. You know.
Presumably in the Bronze Age, maybe they'd have a vessel like that, and that's a modelled replica. But they could have used muslin or some kind of textile to sieve it. But we're just transferring the wort into a fermentation vessel.
And so this will be ready, and once it's settled, it'll be ready for drinking in a week, in 7 days. Get a glass of Monica.
We're responsible for all of this.
They're the mothers.
I have 2 mothers.
Oops. See what you think now.
That's fine stuff. That's grand. That's lovely.
It's more defined flavour, let's say.
A defined flavour.
Yeah, I'll go with that, yeah.
Second half.
It's good, really.
What does it taste like?
Sweet and but yeah, really. I like it.
You're getting a lovely head on that one, actually.
Yeah. Start to walk. Mild. Wouldn't be my favourite. Perhaps I'm not used to it. It'd be a Guinness and a Bulmers, I know myself.
It's very nice, yeah.
It's rich and nature. Taste nature.
A little bit bitter, but not strong. It's taste very nice.
And you can feel it going around your belly and warming you up and just spreading around. I love it.
Brewed to perfection in the Bronze Age. It's smooth, no acid. Okay, it looks kind of like grapefruit juice, but it tastes like a mild English ale without the heaviness. It's actually very addictive, I think, because it doesn't even taste alcoholic. But I'm sure it is. I think along with the dead boar and the rain, yeah, I feel very comfortable in the Stone Age. Thanks.
No, some of the people were not so happy about the taste of the beer. Simply because...
Ooh, I want to find that guy.
Yeah, well, I've been looking for them as well. But people have taken our bottles away, for God's sake. I mean, we have no beer left. It's all gone.
The beer is drunk.
We made 90 litres of that beer.
It's gone.
It's gone. There's nothing left.
Fact is, all we had to do was make one bottle. We made hundreds of bottles. Those bottles are gone. So people have voted with their palates and with their bellies.
With their bellies. They voted with their bellies. I have no doubt at this point that fullocks were used for making beer.
All we're doing right now is flying a kite. Okay, it's a theory. There is absolutely no hard evidence for it. But if you add up the circumstantial evidence
And the experimental evidence.
and the experimental evidence, and you look at examples right throughout Scandinavia, through Britain and through Ireland, this just makes sense. And if you saw or witnessed the process today, it's very, very simple. It worked and people enjoyed it. And that's the proof.
And if we're proved wrong, if somebody turns around to us in 5 days' time and says to us, points out a flaw, we'll immediately go, hands up, brilliant. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we see that.
So there's the gauntlet. It's thrown down. Give us the flaw.